What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and welcome back to our Life is Strange community series, a community series that airs on our channel every other Wednesday, where I talk about Life is Strange related topics. Now, again, if you know me, if you know this channel, if you know what I have to say about Life is Strange, you know the kind of opinions I have on this game. Not a big fan, just want to get it out of the way early, for all the people that are just going to attack early and often saying that, I'm anti-Life is Strange, all this kind of stuff. I know I have a very different kind of opinion to a lot of people, but I just want to talk things out. I love having discussions. I love it when people say that, good video or stuff like that, even though I don't agree with what you said. That's awesome. And in this video, here's the thing. For this video, I kind of want to put it somewhere in between. I want to have a really good discussion. I want to have something that I think that, honestly, if you're a Life is Strange fan in general, maybe you can see this. And even if you don't like Season 2, even if you do like Season 2, I think this could still be an interesting topic. And you have already seen it by seeing the title. Could bringing Max back, if Max came back, could that save Life is Strange Season 2? Now, the second part of that, obviously, I kind of worded in terms of how I feel about Life is Strange Season 2. That I personally feel that it needs saving, that it needs something to really kick it in the behind and get it moving, because I really don't think it's going anywhere the way that it's going currently. Now, again, you may not agree. You may think, you know what, Season 2 is going great. Season 2 is amazing. It's better than Season 1. You may think, hey, Season 2 is good. It's not as good as Season 1, but, it's going on. I like these characters. You can have whatever opinion you want. The main focus is if Max came back, would that improve this game? And is it even possible? Can Max even return? And I talked about this actually right before Season 2 started. I made one of the first videos, I think the first video of this community series. I talked about if Max should return or how she could return or anything like that. And here's the thing. It definitely does seem very, very unlikely. This is not a video that's confirming anything. This is not a video where it seems like it's very likely. It honestly is very, very unlikely that this will actually happen. Everything we've kind of been told and Don't Not has talked about has led to this being a very, very separate adventure from Season 1. They respect Season 1. They're the ones who started off this world. They made this world. They made those characters. But Max and Chloe, they're put aside. And I'm only talking about Max because I feel like Max is the character that could actually one day come back, considering no matter what you choose at the end of Life is Strange 1, Max still survives. So I'm only talking about Max, and that's the reason why. So it does seem unlikely. They want to keep them separate. They understand what they did in Season 1, but it's time to put these characters aside. I get that. They've said that numerous times. They said that leading up to Season 2. We had a farewell episode, from Deck 9 Games and Before the Storm. I understand that. That was literally saying goodbye. That was the last time we were going to see and play as these characters. But at the same time, there's still some story and there's still some cool elements that I think could actually end up happening. This is actually a thing that Tyler had told me back even before Season 2 started, that what if whoever had the powers, because we didn't know back then, what if Daniel became evil? And it was kind of like a good versus evil power thing where Max had to come in and Max is the good person and Daniel is a bad person. Now, you can call that cliche. You can think that's lame. I think it's an idea that has something behind it. I think it's something that with some proper thought and with Don't Not actually working on it could be a thing. It doesn't even have to be a thing between good and evil. Daniel is not an evil person. He's a 9-year-old who doesn't know what he's doing. I personally think he's a terrible character who's annoying, brat-like, and doesn't listen to directions. I get that. But he's not evil. He's not going to go around just killing people just to kill people. He's going to make some mistakes and do some things he probably shouldn't to kind of sketchy people in the middle, people that maybe Max would never even want to touch because she's not that kind of character. Daniel would he would be that person that would maybe do it. That's just because of how young he is. The question is, with him having these powers, one thing that Don't Not has never done before, and I don't know if they ever will, is explain it. They've never explained how these powers happen. Max had the time travel power. They never explained how that happened. They never explained how, they kind of explained how it worked, but we know in episode 5, they kind of broke their own rules. They had some chances to do some really cool things with like time paradoxes and stuff like that. They never really did it, but they could have. I really feel like they could have, and I think they kind of dropped the ball in that way, but we never really learned how Max got her powers. Same thing with Daniel. We don't, one thing I do kind of like about season 2 is they're coming close, right? Sean has said multiple times, like, maybe it was the shock of losing the dad that kind of did it. I feel like they're dancing around like this is how it happened, this is what it is, but I don't know if we'll ever truly get it. But we only have 2 of these characters so far that have these superpowers, basically. They have these unhuman abilities, and Max is one of them. So could they bring her back? Could she be introduced in an episode 4, in an episode 5? I don't think this is happening in episode 4. I'll say this right now. There's a 0% chance Max comes back in episode 4. Honestly, for episode 5, I'd put it at like a 5% chance. It's very, very low. It's something that I wish. It's something that I'm always going to hold on hope to, but it's not something that I'm expecting. And it's not something, I mean, again, I think personally, if Max did come back, even for literally one scene in episode 2, that may save the entire episode for me, and that may save the entire season for me. I honestly believe that, but I don't think it's going to happen, to be quite honest, but I feel like the potential is there. There's 2 people now with these powers. Maybe they can learn how the powers came to them. You know, maybe there could be a good versus evil fight. Max is definitely a good person. You know, she's a protagonist. She's out there for the good of the world or whatever, and who knows what she's been doing. That's the more important thing too. Who knows what the heck she's been doing since Arcadia Bay? You know, since 2 years ago or 3 years ago, however long this game is from season 1. Who knows where she is? You know, if the whole events of the ending of season 1 happened where you killed Chloe, well then, you know, we actually really don't know where they're going. And then if you do actually keep Chloe, we know they end up going to Seattle. So, you know, there are some possibilities that she could get, and now obviously they're running away from Seattle, they're going to Mexico, so it would take some really hard things in order to have Max fall into their lap kind of in their journey. But I think I don't think it's impossible. I 100% don't think it's impossible. I think it could be a very, very well kept secret. I think it could be something that they have been thinking about and always wondered, like, well, maybe we could bring back this character, like maybe it's possible. But at the same time, I get it. I get that it was a proper ending. In a way, it was a proper ending for her character in the farewell episode. I don't even think it was a proper farewell for her character in general. I think there's definitely been games that have had tighter endings than what we got in Life is Strange 1 with their character and then brought them back for another game. So I don't think just because of the ending of season 1 that means we have to be done with Max's character. I think that's obviously Dontnod's choice. First and foremost, it's Dontnod's choice whether to bring her back or whether not to, and I honestly don't really trust their judgment at all considering what they've done to season 2 in my opinion. I don't think that they should be trusted with a decision like that, but you know, ultimately it does come down to them. And guys, one way or another, we're all fans of Life is Strange. So in the description below, there is a link to Gamesfly. The link itself is for a 30-day trial where you can rent one movie or one game at a time through Gamesfly. And again, you guys can opt out anytime after the 30 days are done. It's going to put you in a kind of a monthly subscription where you have to pay money. You guys can opt out before it gets there, so you don't have to end up paying anything. But even just through the link in the description below, you guys can get any game you want, you know, renting any game you want for a full month for absolutely free. It helps the channel out if you do it. I'd very much appreciate it. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Could Max return to this season? Do you want her to return? Could she save it? Could she make it better? Would she make it worse? Let me know all of that stuff in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And again, these videos go up every other Wednesday on our channel. We're going to be covering Life is Strange all the way leading up into episode 4, and then we'll be live streaming episode 4 of Life is Strange Season 2 when it comes out. I'm very excited to make these videos in between because I just feel like I have a burst of energy to talk about all things Life is Strange leading into episode 4. So if you guys like that, you know, again, make sure you guys hang around. And I truly appreciate you guys watching, even though we have differences of opinions. I hope to see you on the next video.